Hey, it's that time again. Let's talk about NXT. A lot to get through, a lot of notes I had to go through. But yeah, let's talk about NXT. Before we get to that video, like, subscribe, and let's get to it. Okay, so starting off, we had Ava, talking to security, I guess just trying to get prepared for Tony D'Angelo. What a terrible job she's done to control that man. But in the end, we'll talk about that later on. So we start off with Ethan Page and Elio LeFleur. There we go. Got to get used to his name. The French luchador. This guy was, wow, he's amazing. So he's going to be very promising. WWE's really bringing in a lot of these high flyers. So they're really mixing in the styles. Bringing in a lot of these people is going to really balance out a lot of, the styles within the roster. You got your power. They mainly was focused on technical people, powerhouses. You had about one or two, I say count like 5 people in total with like high flying abilities. Now you're getting a lot of those styles with high flying, so, they're bringing in a lot of these people with that kind of style, which actually helps. Because then we get those matchups when you get these two people who are flyers. It's amazing. These guys can go. So yeah, a lot of back and forth between the two. There was a lot of moments where I thought LeFleur was gonna win, but in the end, Ethan Page hits him with a power bomb, holds the tights. 1, 2, 3, done. It's over with. Then he gets up to the stage, and Ricky Saints comes out, and he's like confused, like what the hell is he doing out here? And then he's just like, hey, we're the two who holds the glue, into this place. And he goes, yeah, I knocked some sense into you, the last time we seen each other. He's like, whoa, I'm gonna go put some headsets on, I'm gonna watch the qualifying matches. You go back there, kick your feet up, champ, and then smacks him in the thigh. Ricky Saints, man, he's something else. But yeah, really good match. It was a really good match between the two. And yeah, this LeFleur, he's looking very promising. I'm looking forward to see what he does in the future. Okay, then we get back to Big Joseph bringing up the Carter situation. What's his name? I can never get his name right. I think his name is Keanu Carver. There you go. Keanu, I think I'm botching the name. Keanu Carver. He brings up the past from LFG with him and Booker T. I never really followed the show, but yeah, I guess him and Booker T, they had a lot of back and forth. I don't know if this was like a work or, I have no idea. Maybe it was. Maybe they were planning this the whole time. But if they were planning this from that, I don't know how. If they were working that from then to now, kudos. But I don't know. You tell me. I don't know if this was a work or not. If they planned this out for all this time. But hey, I don't know. But yeah, a lot of cursing. Booker T's like, oh, you're not gonna make it here, kid. And he's cursing back and forth. I guess he was trying to tell him to do something and he weren't listening. Guy has a cocky attitude too, so I guess Booker T wasn't messing with that. But yeah, you could tell by the whole time he's bringing it up, Booker T just don't want to talk about it. He's just like quiet and he's just pissed off probably that he's on there. But yeah, and then you cut to a scene where I think Keanu was talking to, I don't know who he was talking to. I didn't even see the door. I didn't even see the name. I think it was Shawn Michaels. I'm not too sure. He's saying he doesn't want to do a sit down interview. And then he just slams the door. And I don't know who the guy that was doing like a take. Sorry, I apologize. I don't know who that guy was. If you guys do know, let me know in the comments. But he's just like, oh, do we want to run that back? And they're like, nah, let's just cut. And yeah, we end that. Then, okay, now we get to the qualifying match with Shiloh Hill and Josh Briggs. Shiloh Hill, for his size, very agile. So again, WWE bringing these guys, very unique styles. So the future for WWE is really promising. I like that they're bringing in these people. Like, again, before you had these people who were just brawlers and powerhouses. You know, that was the Vince way, you know, for years. Now it's different. You know, they're looking into all styles. You're a big guy. Hey, if you could bring in those kind of movesets, like how Keith Lee was doing, hey, you're more than welcome to come in. You know, it is the entertainment business, right? It's wrestling, so you want people like that. You want the fans to cheer. You know, you want to keep doing that kind of stuff. You got to bring in these kind of guys. You can't just bring in the old style all the time. Not saying that it was boring. You know, I like my ass kickers who just do the basic things, but I need a little bit more excitement from the big guys. But yeah, Shiloh, very promising future. He hits him with a neck breaker. He beats Josh Briggs 1, 2, 3. Then Tony D'Angelo comes in and attacks both of them. And Ava, you're not doing a good job. Where was the security? Hold on. She had him in the beginning, right? Talking to them. Not once did we see the security at all. You know, where were they? Were they taking a nap? I don't know. Were they on break? We didn't see them at all. And he just walks off and looks at Ricky, and Ricky's just in fear, just like staring at him. And I'm just laughing because it's just Ricky Saint's reaction towards him, and then he just like looks away and just keeps it moving. And I'm just like, watch out, Ricky, he might get you. Then we cut to a backstage segment with Zarya and ZaRuca, basically bringing up that segment with in TNA Impact about the TNA Knockouts champion. Sorry, that if anyone deserved the title shot, it was her best friend. Zarya goes, "That's interesting. Well, where were you when during that match at Genesis?" And she goes, "Well, I was taking care of what are they called? The Elegance, whatever their name is. Sorry. If you watch TNA, tell me their name. I don't know. Elegance. She was dealing with them. She wanted her to have a fair match, and then they just bring up the triple threat in the main event to face the TNA Knockouts tag team champions for TNA. And Zarya tells her, "Oh, if we lose." I think I can't remember exactly what she said, but she said, if we lose, then don't blame this on me, because she's pretty banged up from that match. So yeah, she's pretty banged up from that match, so don't blame me. That's basically what she says. So yeah. Then we get the Vanity Project versus Chase University. I feel like Chase University are like jobbers, and that's WWE's fault for making me feel that way, because they're really good in the ring. It's just, I don't know what they're doing with them. They're just like doing a job for everybody else, I guess, making them look good. It just became those kind of guys, you know? But yeah, Vanity Project, they pick up the victory. And we get to the back. Ava calls the police. Again, where's her security? She did something. Well, she had a meeting. She did something. What am I talking about? She had a meeting with the security about stopping Tony D'Angelo for any nonsense. Where are they? Are they taking a really long nap? Or are they still on break? What is going on? You need some new security and fire them, because they were nowhere to be seen this whole show. So yeah, she calls the police. Then Lola Vice comes in, talks about the North American title. Theo Hell also comes in. They start to bicker. And she basically goes, I know where this is going. The two of you will be having a triple threat with Izzy Dame for the women's North American title. I guess everybody's happy. There we go. We get that out the way for February 3rd. Yes, for that show. Then we have going back to Keanu. I swear I'm getting his name wrong. Keanu Carter. This is gonna beat the drums out of me. I'm gonna have to get used to his name. I have to hear his name enough for me to get this right. I'm probably saying it right. I don't know. You let me know. We have a sit-down interview with Blake Howard, and he says only reason why he's there is because they made him. Then he brings up the Blake brings up the qualifying match that he's going to have, and he goes, I don't want to answer your dumbass questions. Then he brings up Blake. What were you thinking? He brings up the LFG moment. Well, not moment, but he brings up LFG, how he had disciplinary actions against him, and he gets pissed off and just says, you know what, and just takes the thing off. And then we went to go help him out. He goes, don't touch me. And Howard looks scared. He's like, all right. And it's just like, don't touch that man. He's a scary individual. Don't touch him. But yeah, we end that right there. Then we get to the Jaida Parker segment, in-ring segment. She talks about she's seen change in NXT while she was gone. She started naming people like Kendo Gray, Lola Vice, saying they deserve their flowers. Most of the women in the back deserve their flowers. She says Blake doesn't get no flowers because she demands the spotlight on her. And then the lights go out in the arena, and then the spotlight goes onto Blake Monroe, and she goes, just a reminder to Jaida. And it's just like, okay, she's so demanding. That's just how Blake is. Her character is just so arrogant. But anyway, then she goes, oh, you made a big mistake, interrupting me. That Jaida craves the attention. So Jaida, she just responds. She just basically responds to her and says, look, at the end of the day, you have to deal with Miss Parker. Put the microphone up. And, those two are having a back and forth. But yeah, we're going to set up this match. And I wonder if this is going to lead to, I don't know. I feel like, is Jaida good enough now to get into the main roster? I'm not too sure. But Blake is definitely ready. So I don't know if they're going to keep Jaida down there some more, just to keep their star power, because she's so over right now. She's like a big face right now in NXT. So they probably keep Jaida and have Blake go up. So maybe just give Jaida the win. I don't know what they're going to do with that. Then again, we get another backstage segment with Ava. She's talking with Miles, discussing the his qualifying match. Elio walks in and he thanks Ava for the opportunity, and she goes, yeah, there'll be some more. Ricky comes in and goes, all right, gonna go out for the what does he say exactly? He goes, oh yeah, I'm gonna go out there for the commentary because they need me. It's like, no, they don't need you, Ricky. You just want to go out there and see what's going on. And Miles Bourne stops him and he goes, yeah, just want to let you know I'll be seeing you in that ladders match after I beat Dion Lennox. And then Ethan Page walks in and it's like, are we gonna see the Miles Bourne with that killer instinct, or are we gonna see a Dion? What am I talking about? Or are we gonna see the Miles Bourne that loses? And Ricky leaves because he goes, oh, they need me, toodles, or whatever the hell he said. And ta-ta, there you go. He goes ta-ta and leaves, and it's just Miles and Ethan talking, and it has Miles thinking a lot. So I'm not too sure what Miles is gonna do. I don't know. Is he trying to turn him heel? I don't know. You can't go heel on a heel. I mean, you could do that, but I don't know. I don't know what they're gonna do with that. But yeah, that's interesting there. I don't know what they're trying to do with Miles Bourne, but yeah, Ethan Page still in his ear about, trying to get that killer instinct out of him. So very interesting. Okay, then we get Shawn Legacy versus Eli Knight. Okay, so a lot of people they're bringing up into NXT. WWE again, future's looking really good. These two they put up a banger. Let's just go with that. It's straight banger. Stealing the words from Sheamus, my good man Sheamus. He'll quickly and don't rush. But I want to see you back, man. But But yeah, they have a banger. Legacy wins, and Tony again comes out and attacks the competitors. So he's like sending a message to everybody. He has no, it doesn't even matter who it is. He's just attacking everybody. And again, he gets out the ring and he looks at Ricky, and Ricky grabs the chair and he's just like ready for him. He's like, what the hell are you doing? You know, it is hilarious. Like, Ricky's just entertaining as hell. I love Ricky. The Neva comes out. Finally, the police shows up. As usual, they take forever. Again, where's the security? Again, I'm gonna keep saying this. Where was the security the whole show? They were not there. They were there in the beginning. Am I going crazy? Did I take some drugs? Did I like forget or something? Because look, I'm sick. If you guys can't notice, I sound weird and my eyes are a little puffy or red or whatever you're seeing. I look a mess, but I know I'm not going crazy. Was security even shown since the beginning? I know I didn't see them. Right in the comments. I don't know. I don't remember seeing them after that. But yeah, the police shows up and Tony, you know, he gets out the ring. He smirks, turns around, and he just surrenders. And yeah, he gets arrested. Then we come back to a commercial and you see just Ava talk, like looks at, it starts off saying, Tony, you gave me no choice. And he just walks away. And Blake, he's trying to get an interview. You know, he's like a reporter. He's like trying to get something on. Cop goes, you know, cop. He goes, no questions. Gets him in the car. He goes, oh, this is your second time being arrested, Tony. Any comments? Window goes up. Who put that window up? Because they weren't even in the front seat yet. It couldn't have been Tony. Unless he like pick-locked the handcuffs and just rolled the window up. That was funny. How the windows just went up and nobody was in the front seat. I don't know. Maybe the ghost did it. Maybe there was a cop in the car the whole time in the driver's seat and I didn't even see him. Anyway. So yeah, then OTM, you see them walking in the frame. They push Blake out the way and they basically just call out Dark State to put the tag team titles on the line. It was hilarious. Why are they? Blake is just, I guess he's just one of those guys that's just going to be bullied throughout the show. It's so messed up. Then we get a backstage segment with the Vanity Project. This was hilarious. So they're back there and there's like two girls with them. I don't know if they're wrestlers, up and coming wrestlers. I'm not too sure, or they're extras. And Rubber Stone comes up to Drake and he tells him, okay, good news about your qualifying match. He names the opponent. Okay. He names the opponent. He goes, Joe Hendry. Then the song comes up, say his name, and he appears. And you see, you can see one of the guys. He was with, I think it's Ricky Smokes. I think that's his name. He was with one of the girls, but in the place of the girl, it was Joe Hendry. And he's just like, everyone just looks, and then he's like freaking out, and you just see him in the background looking for the girl and just look. He's just looking for her the whole time. And then Joe Hendry goes, all right, man, I see you next week. And then Drake goes, where did you even come from? So everybody leaves, and then Smokes comes back. He goes, I kissed that girl. Oh God, I kissed Joe Hendry. Oh my God. And there's like, no, you didn't. That was so hilarious. Maybe I'm an idiot. I'm the only one who's laughing at it, but I love the goofiness of these guys. Like I said it last time on my recap last week. These guys are goofs, and it was just perfect. This was shot perfectly. The moment was perfect. The girl, where did she go? Did literally Joe Hendry just come up behind her and just say, can I take your place? How does Smokes not even, I get it. It's a show. I know. But it was just hilarious. Did they just swap out like that? Did she move? When they moved the arm, did Smokes not realize the swap? I don't know what happened there. It was hilarious though. That was very hilarious. I couldn't stop laughing because I'm an idiot. But yeah, that ended the segment there. Okay, now we're at the main event. We get the triple threat match for the number one contenders match. Sorry, for the Knockouts Women's Tag Team Championships. Yeah, we got Fatal Influence, Laney Reed, and Fallon Henley, and we have Kendall Gray, Ren Sinclair, and we have ZaRuca and Zarya. There we go. I got it. It's a lot to remember, guys. Man, they were going. They went and went. It was gonna go for these women. They were going. They were flying. They were jumping off ropes. This match was amazing. Even you get a chant of women's wrestling, dude. I was enjoying this match. Kendall Gray, again, she's going to be the future. She's going to be world champion in the main roster soon. I don't know how long they're going to keep her in NXT. She's already the Evolve champion, women's champion. And I don't know if she's going to be in NXT next and then win that championship. But she could skip that, honestly. I don't think she would need to win anything there. I mean, she could give her the North America's title. You could give her some kind of title there. And even if she doesn't win any title there, put her in the main roster. She should be world champion or United States women's champion or, you know, Intercontinental. She's really good, like ridiculous good, and you could tell a lot of people like her. She's really good. But yeah, again, ZaRuca's another one. I can't wait till she goes to the main roster. She is amazing. I've always been a fan of ZaRuca. I have this like little crush on her as well. But Jesus, she is amazing. Maybe I should never mention that part. Yeah, whatever, moving on. But yeah, she's amazing in the ring. And wow. ZaRuca, all right, so how they won was it was a combination of Zarya was in the ring, and I think she did something where it was Zarya. I'm trying to remember how this went. I think she pushed the Laney Reed and Fallon Henley towards ZaRuca, and the shot of her, just the way she does that flip right into, oh my god, into that soul snatcher. The way she got to both of them was just mind blowing. Every time she gets someone with that move, everybody goes crazy. It's just how she hit that and the timing and everything, how she does that. Boom. Takes them both out. Then she grabs Fallon Henley and feeds her to Zarya, and she does that. It's like a F5. Let's just call it that. And she just hits her with the F5, and 1, 2, 3. They're number one contenders for the match. So yeah, they're number one contenders, and they're gonna go on to face the Elegance. Again, I don't remember their name. I'm just gonna say Elegance. And I guess their manager was in the crowd, and he's just going like that, just pointing his eyes at them. And yeah, we end NXT like that. And I don't know, for a little bit longer. Let's see how long if they last. They've been teasing this thing between them for a while, so I don't know. Let's see what happens between the two. But yeah, that was NXT. That was NXT. It's my recap on them. For any other recap videos, maybe I should do a recap playlist, and then I'll separate the other videos into another playlist. But yeah, check out the playlist on my description box, guys. Again, appreciative if you like and you subscribe. Helps me grow the channel. And any other requests, I didn't forget. I like that you guys are engaging with me. Let's do some more of that. I'll answer any question you guys need or want to ask. Any special request videos, I'll try my best to do them. Again, I get very swamped, during these shows during the week. But yes, I will do a video if you want me to do one on a special event or something. Someone asked me to do the battle royal of the Albert Hall. I'll do it. Just give me until the weekend. I have more time to prepare for that. I'll do it. But yeah, any other special requests, I try to do my best, guys. I'm literally doing this on my own. Again, I'm a one man band. So until I could build a team together and actually get some guys going, then I gotta grow this channel some more in order for me to have a team. But yeah, let's continue to grow J.Bullett Wrestling. And again, like, subscribe. This is J.Bullett in the flesh, and I will see you guys on the next one.